Hello and welcome. My name is the Irish Card Guy. I make card tutorials, shuffling videos and just card videos in general. For the penultimate video of my channel, I'm going to be giving a tutorial on how to play rummy. Rummy is an excellent casino game or just a pub game you can play with up to from 2 to 6 players. And without further ado, let's get started. For rummy, the jokers are not used. This is however different for games like 500 rum and gin rummy, as the jokers act as any card for melds or rums. But for rummy, they're not used. So this deck is fully shuffled and I'm going to begin now. So for 2 players, which I'm going to be acting out today, you give 10 cards to each player, going anti-clockwise from the dealer. So I'm dealer, but if it's only 2 players, you just give to the opponent first. So I go 1 card, 1 card, 1 card, 1 card, 1 card, 1 card. Okay. Now for 3 to 4 players, each player is given 7 cards, and I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 times, going of course anti-clockwise, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. For 5 to 6 players, each player will be given 6 cards. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times. Let's get started on the dealing. To deal, I give 10 cards to each person, going 1 card, 1 card, 1 card, 1 card, 1 card, 1 card, 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 5 card, 6 card, 6 card, 7 card, 7 card, 8 card, 8 card, 9 card, 9 card, 10 card, 10 card. Now that each player has 10 cards, we are going to form the discard pile and the stock pile, or the stock deck and the discard deck. Now, our stock pile is the stock we take cards from. To form the discard pile, we take the last card from the stock pile and place it face up on the deck. This is where we discard cards at the end of our turn. That will be important later. But for now, this is our stock pile and this is our discard pile. You will be allowed to take from each. When you are taking at the start of your turn, so I'm going to look at my cards now for a minute. I'm just going to look and see what I have. So I see that as of right now, I have nothing for a meld. But my turn will start by taking a card from either this deck or this deck, the discard or a stock pile. If I wish to take a card from the discard pile, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this card, but as soon as I take this card, no matter where it is in the turn, I'm going to shuffle this deck and take the last card from this deck to form the new discard pile. But say for today, I'm not going to take this card. I'll just take one from the stock pile. And I see I've gotten a 2. Now, seeing as I have queens and kings, it really wouldn't be a good idea for me to keep these if I haven't a meld for them. So what I would do is, I would keep this 2 instead of this king. This would be important later when I go over points. So I'd put this king down and the turn would go to my opponent. Now usually in rummy, you're not allowed to see your opponent's cards, but for today, we're going to have to. So look at my cards and I see if I have any melds. And for now, I have no melds. So, seeing as I don't want to take anything from this discard pile today, I take one from the stock pile. If I wish to keep this card, I may do so. However, if I take a card from the discard pile, I may not discard this card. I must keep it. But if I take from this pile, and I don't like this card, I can discard it. Now, because I haven't any use for this 9 just here, I will keep it anyways, because it's one of the highest points in the game. It's one of the highest valued cards. So I take my queen, I'll put her down, because she's worth 10 points. Now my turn has ended. Now the turn flips back to me, dealer, and I take from the stock pile. I may remind you that I can take from this pile if I wanted. And that goes on and on until one player eventually will get a meld. Part 2 of my tutorial is called melding. Now, melding is where this video gets a bit tricky. There is a couple of different types of melding. The first one we're going to look at is having a 3 of a kind or a set. A set occurs when you have 3 of one card. So I could have 3 queens as shown here. Now, if I have a set, this does not have to be of the same suit. So I can have a queen of hearts, a queen of clubs, and a queen of diamonds. So if I notice that I have these 3 cards, and by the way, the minimum cards to meld that you can meld is actually 3. So you cannot meld just 2 cards, but you can meld 3 and onwards. So I see that I have these cards in my hand. I can put these down like that. And say that my opponent also has a queen. He or she may meld onto my meld if they have another queen. This is a jack, but I'm using this jack as an example for a queen. So meld it for everyone, for example. Now, if it's still my turn and I notice that I've gotten another meld, I'm also allowed to put this down. That's also called a set. I'll just put it over here so it's more seeable. Now, the next meld I'm going to look at is called a run. And a run consists of 3 cards going up, as in 3, 4, 5, as shown here. So you can see I've got 3, 4, 5. Now, I can put these cards down, but these cards must be of the same suit. So if you've got ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it must be of the diamonds category, the hearts category, spades, or clubs. It cannot be 3 of clubs, 3 of spades, and 5 of hearts. It must be 3 of diamonds, 4 of diamonds, 5 of diamonds. So, if I want to, I can put these cards down. And then, if it's still my turn, I can meld 6 and 7 of diamonds onto my little run here. And if I've managed to get all of my cards out in one round, this is called going rummy. But you must get rid of all your cards, and you must have 10 cards or 7 cards or 5 or 6 cards, depends on how much you're playing. But we're playing 2 players, and I have 10 cards. I've gotten rid of them, all of them, in one turn. This is called going rummy. And for this, I'll receive double points, which I'll look at later. But say I'm looking for my last card, which needs to be, let's just say it needs to be a king, right? I've got 2 cards, my opponent's just discarded his 4 or her 4, and I pick up my card, and I have king. I can put this down, and I win. For this, I will not receive double points. However, if I have kings here, well, pretend this is my opponent's king, and I get a king for the card I just take off the stockpile, I can put this king down and put this card into the discard pile. This is also winning. You do not receive double points for this one. This is the final part of my video, and it's scoring. In rummy, when you run out of all your cards, you get points based on what the other player has. The value of these cards is going to vary. Now, numbered cards are worth their number. So for 2 I get 2 points, 3 I get 3 points, 4 I get 4 points, all the way up to 10, which I get 10 points for. Face cards, like Queen, Jack and King, are worth 10 points. So these are worth 10 points. And aces are low, so aces are worth 1 point. If a player happens to go rummy, a card will be worth double, so 2 will be worth 4, 3 will be worth 6, 4 will be worth 8, and 5 will be worth 10, all the way up to 10, which will be worth 20. Face cards will be worth 20, and aces will be worth 2. And say our opponent has 3 cards, and I've just gone rummy. I'm going to get points based off of his cards, not what I had. So I've ran out of cards, I've won, we know that, but how do I get my points off my opponent's cards? So if I'm rummy, I'm going to get 10 points, 14 points, and 20 points, which would add up to 49 points. Excuse my maths. Wait, no. 44 points. But say I'm not rummy and I've just won normally, I'll get 7 points, 17 points, 22 points. Okay. That should be it, but if it happens that I've missed anything, please do let me know down in the comments. I'll make a revised tutorial, as this is my first time. I may not have thought everything through, but in case I have, I thank you all for watching, and I wish you a pleasant day, and I hope you have great fun playing rummy with whoever you wish. Cheers.